you're gonna get in our way? Then die!
Denji. Let's break his character down in a simple character analysis. Why does Denji have the powers of a devil but the instincts and urges of a human? Let's talk about who he is as a character and how he got these abilities, and what he will do as the anti-hero of Chainsaw Man. Denji's aspirations and motivations. He never knew what it was like to live a normal life due to the debt he was left with by his father. The constant threats and labor from the Yakuza gang left Denji without a single dime for himself. The abuse from the gang was so bad that he was never allowed the opportunity to attend school. While keeping all this in mind, we can further inquire that Denji's standards for love and affection, as well as his motivation in life, are pretty low because of his lack of education. Here's what I mean by that. As of now, he's happily accepted the role of being a dog for Makima. He even goes as far as saying only yes or woof like a dog for her. He's also promised 3 meals a day and a place to live, and so far he seems pretty content with this. For him, this is enough to satisfy his needs for what he thinks love and affection is. He gladly accepts this lifestyle with the bonus of one day being able to have Makima all to himself. In a couple of manga scenes, he was seduced by her, which allowed Makima to convince Denji into killing the gun devil for her. This Makima and Denji story goes way deeper than we think, but I don't want to spoil too much of the manga until the anime comes out, which is why this is going to be a simple character analysis, not an in-depth one. But aside from that, Denji's other motivations are also pretty pervy in my opinion, since he was so easily tricked and seduced by not only Makima, but by Power and Himeno as well, which is kind of sad because it makes sense why he's pretty stupid and gullible for those things. The only will to live for now is boobs, to get rid of his virginity, and give more dreams for Pochita to see, which because of his past is honestly pretty understandable. Considering he switched things up, let's talk about his abilities and how he acquired these in such a short amount of time. So in the story, we have a young devil hunter named Denji, who is a devil hunter who kills devils for a mob gang called the Yakuza. The reason Denji kills devils for the Yakuza is because his father actually owed money to the Yakuza, and since his father killed himself to get himself out of the debt and out of his horrible life, he actually left the debt to be inherited by Denji, which is how that stuff works in gangs, I guess, in the story. So the gang actually takes advantage of Denji and makes him kill devils at any time of the day and doesn't give him any money in return. Something which is interesting is all the devil bodies and parts that are left behind can actually be sold on the black market, which is what this gang actually does. So they've already made well over the debt that Denji has accrued, which is messed up because Denji is still very much poor and fighting to stay alive. But aside from that, the way Denji is actually able to kill these devils is because he has a partner called Pochita. Pochita and Denji made a contract with each other, which is why they're actually able to work together. So Pochita is a type of devil, which comes from the fear of chainsaws. Later on in the story, Denji is actually betrayed by the Yakuza in exchange for a contract with a zombie devil. So the Yakuza wanted to make a contract with a zombie devil, and in exchange for this contract, they had to have a devil hunter be killed in order to satisfy the contract agreement. Once a contract is made with a devil, you can therefore use their abilities as a form of attribute to yourself, as long as certain conditions are met. So Denji and Pochita actually ended up dying and being mutilated by the zombie henchmen. Afterwards, their bodies were thrown into a dumpster. As much as the story is sad, this is where it actually changes for the better. So while Pochita is still slightly alive, he decides to eat some of Denji's blood, therefore gaining strength and forming a new contract with Denji. Because of these events, he is now half a devil and half human, which fights for his own fruition and doesn't care what or who he hurts in the process, as long as he can get the job done and make Makima proud of her new pet. Which brings us into our next topic, heroism. So let's not forget that Denji doesn't care about being good nor saving others. He only lives for Makima and in the process gives Pochita the dreams he asked for in his devil contract. Denji isn't a good guy, but he's also not a bad guy. He's an anti-hero, and he's a pretty badass one too. He slices through devils chaotically with as much rage and fury as a demon, which is why I think he's such a neat protagonist for the upcoming anime series, which I'm sure you'll all enjoy as much as I will. Make sure to review some of my other anime videos. I might have some updates you all might be interested in, so be sure to stay tuned for that. I'll talk to you guys soon. Stay safe. Peace.